So I managed to dig through my collection and find 7 fragrances that honestly you just don't hear much talk about. And they're pretty good. So if you want to know what those 7 fragrances are, meet me on the other side of this intro and we're going to get into it. I'll see you in just a second. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Trey Sense here. Listen, got a little bit of a cologne review, a little bit of a discussion. You know how we do it here on the channel. But before we get into this review, that's right, we got a little bit of business we got to take care of. We got to wish the lovely Miss Belafonte a happy birthday. Happy birthday. You know, she's a big part of this channel, somebody that's very close to me, very dear to me. Words can't describe it. So happy birthday, baby. Now, one more thing I need you guys to do for me. If this is your 15th, 16th time returning to the scene of the crime and you haven't given me a sub, what you waiting on? And then after you sub, I need you to like this video, I need you to share this video, and then I need you to hit the icon bell. That's it. A few little simple things. That's it. That's it. That's all. I promise. That's all I got for you. Now, let's get into this video. These fragrances are, in my opinion, they're solid fragrances. They're pretty good fragrances. Most of them are inexpensive. One of them may have been discontinued. I'm not real sure if it has. I don't know if the price is going up on it because it wasn't a very popular fragrance to begin with. I liked it, but that's me. I like most fragrances. That's just who I am. Yeah, these fragrances don't really have a season because I'm leaning more towards you can wear what you want to wear when you want to wear it. You just have to maybe go heavier on the sprays, lighter on the sprays. Different scenarios call for different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just get into the review. Let me get the first one out of the way, and it is from the house of Calvin Klein. And it is a flanker, and it is Eternity Flame. This one is a unique little fragrance to me, and I picked this up at Nordstrom's Rack a few years ago, and I paid like $19 for this 30 mil, which is all I need of this fragrance. Honestly, I wish half of my collection was in the 30 mil size because honestly, I'll never use all of this. So now, this fragrance. It is warm, it's spicy, it's inviting, and at the same time, it's fruity. So this is one that I think you can wear this fragrance year round. I do think it leans more towards cooler weather, more so than hot weather. But if you were gonna wear this fragrance to say the office or to church or an indoor event, I think it would be fine year round, winter, summer, spring, or fall. I just think you would need to go a little lighter on the sprays in the hotter months. Now here in the cooler months, you can light that bad boy up and it will be fine. It's one I think you could wear on a date. I think it's one that would have went fine at the Thanksgiving dinner. I think it's one that'll go fine at the Christmas dinner, Christmas party, whatever you got coming up. A date, if I didn't say that, it's because it's got kind of a smooth, leathery type of vibe there in the opening, and that quickly fades, but the fruit and the warmth and the spice stays with it throughout the fragrance. And this is one I used to see at the rack stores quite a bit. I haven't seen it in a while since the whole COVID thing. So this may be one you need to look at online, but nonetheless, it's an inexpensive fragrance, and I think it gets overshadowed by the other fragrance with the name of Flame in it. That is an outstanding fragrance, and that is Versace's Eros Flame. But nonetheless, this fragrance right here is an outstanding fragrance. It smells good, and it's definitely one I think you guys should get in your collection. Calvin Klein Eternity Flame. Good little fragrance. Probably one of the more popular fragrances on this list. It made a lot of leeway when it first came out. People talked about it quite a bit, but it seems like all of a sudden it just kind of died out and you don't hear much about it anymore. And it is from the house of John Paul. Let me see if I can say this right. Gaultier, however you say it. And it is, put this stupid little clip thing that they put on here back on it. It is in the navy. And this one is a little bit different. I'm really not sure why the name in the navy. But again, this is a very versatile fragrance. I've seen this at the rack stores for an affordable price. And I say affordable because I think one of the times I saw it, it was a 200 ml for like $60, which, unless you're one of those people who only have 7 or 8 fragrances that you're gonna wear, I don't know if you need 200 mils of any fragrance, but that's just me. Nonetheless, I do think this smells really, really good. In my opinion, it leans more towards spring, fall, because it's got this fresh, minty vibe to it. But nonetheless, again, you can wear a fragrance anytime that you want to. There's something about this fragrance to me that just has this, I hate this bottle, by the way. I mean, I don't understand that the purpose of this bottle. Let's just get that out of the way. I do not get it. But nonetheless, it's got this fresh, minty type of accord to it that, again, as I just said, to me lends itself to the spring or the fall. But again, you could definitely wear it in the winter. Definitely wear it fresh out of the shower. Not necessarily a fragrance I would reach for on a first date. Now, if it's somebody that I've been seeing on a regular basis, of course I would reach for it. And I think it would be fine. Doesn't necessarily invoke thoughts of the office. But again, if you would wear this to the office, is one I think you should probably go light on the sprays, maybe 2, maybe 3 sprays, and I think you would be just fine with this fragrance. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from it. Just a fresh, minty, clean type of vibe. Not like a Wrigley chewing gum, not like that type of mint, but just a fresh, crisp, clean mint. And I think the reason I think this one would go good on a winter's day is because, have you ever put that piece of chewing gum in your mouth or a breath mint in your mouth on a cold day and you take that deep breath and it feels like it gets all down up in here? That's what this kind of reminds me of. Just like taking a deep breath of cool, fresh air. That's what this fragrance reminds me of. And again, it's one that I could see, it's a very versatile fragrance. I could definitely see somebody young wearing this. I could see somebody old wearing it. I definitely think it fits most occasions. It does remind me more of a bright, pretty day than it does a cool night. So that's what makes me think I would not necessarily wear it on a date. You know what I'm saying? I have more fitting fragrances for that, or more romantic fragrances for that. I just thought of a good concept for a video too that I'm fixing to start working on. Oh my goodness, good concept. And it is, I'll go ahead and say it. I don't care if somebody, sees this and does the idea, it will be okay. First impressions. What fragrance would you wear when you're trying to make a good first impression? That will probably be the next video you see on this channel. But nonetheless, smooth, cool, fresh, minty, fits most occasions. Wouldn't wear it for anything that I wanted to be dressy or something like that. I wouldn't wear it. I would keep it casual, keep it laid back, keep it fresh, clean, good fresh out of the shower scent. A little too nice just to wear around the house, but nonetheless. In the Navy by JPG. Okay, now I need to put the ones that I've done over here. This next one is definitely more of a summertime scent, or more of a tropical vibe, but again, it's a fragrance I just don't hear anybody talking about anymore, and it's from the house of Polo. And it is Polo Black. And I got this fragrance on a really, really good deal. There's a gentleman that I hit up once or twice a year and buy fragrances from. that he's getting out of his collection. He's got it for Christmas and just doesn't like. And I got this in a bundle deal. And I think I paid like $15 for this, 10 or 15, maybe 10 bucks for this. Now, I probably need to sell this and get it out of my collection because it's not one I reach for a lot. Polo used to be one of my favorite fragrance houses, but the performance on them are so subpar now that I've kind of just, I have Polo Blue and Polo Blue the Collector's Edition, and I have Polo Red Extreme, Polo Sport, and that may be all I have left from the House of Polo. I know my boy Razor Ramon, I need to check his channel out sometimes too. I know he's a big fan of, is it Polo Red? Loves Polo Red. It may be Polo Red Extreme. I know Polo Red, but they're okay. They just don't perform well on me. They don't perform well on me. May be interested in picking up the old school Polo Green and even the newly released Polo Green Cologne. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure. But the newer Polo Green, I may be interested in picking both of those up, but that might be it from the House of Polo. Now, this fragrance, does it smell good? It does. It does. It smells good. It just doesn't perform well. And again, this is one that kind of reminds me of more of a tropical vibe, more of a spring, summer, warm weather, fall type of vibe. And y'all are probably going, well, Trey, why are you talking about that fragrance now? Because, and I've stated this, if you live in the Southeast, we can't really transition fragrances until probably January. Because and I've stated this, I live in Alabama and I live in North Alabama. Like if you picture Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Georgia, you got Tennessee that sits on top of us, Alabama, Mississippi sit right beside each other, and then Georgia's over here, and then you go on up the coast. And then Louisiana sits under us. And then you got, the West over here. Well, actually, it would be over here. But anyway, that whole belt, Alabama, Mississippi, parts of Tennessee, because Tennessee's a weird state because it's kind of the gateway to the Midwest as well, because it borders like Ohio and states like that too. And West Virginia, because it just, the way it's made, it just sits on, I think it's Virginia, maybe Virginia, I don't know. But the way Tennessee sits right on top of the South and right up under the Midwest, so parts of Tennessee gets much cooler weather than parts of Tennessee. It's just like us, because I could leave my house right now and be in Mississippi in 10 minutes, and then in another 15 minutes be in Tennessee. It's just the way that it is here. And I'm saying that to say, like Arkansas is like 2.5 to 3 hours, because it's just on the other side of Memphis. You got West Memphis, Arkansas. All of that is within a 3-hour drive of me. So, and then on the other side of Arkansas, you have Texas. So I'm saying that to say Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, Arkansas, Texas, North and South Carolina, Georgia, we still gonna get days in 65, 70 degrees in late November, easy. Some days it may even tip the 80s. So, and then it'll get cold in January, and then February it'll start that same trend again. It may be 15 degrees on Valentine's Day, and then a week later it's 75 degrees and sunny. So you just don't ever know. And I say that to say that fragrances like this you keep around, even though I said I'm gonna get this out of my collection, it's just hard to transition from, dark, rich fragrances to tropical fragrances and vice versa, because when the wintertime comes, the days are so mixed up. I know most of us get excited, like me and Chipo talked about this, when it gets a little cool, we get excited because we get to pull out some of those deeper, darker fragrances, but they don't last long, because in Alabama, you may have temperatures in different 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s in 1 week. I've seen it. So, nonetheless, this is one that does give me more of a tropical vibe, but if you live in one of those states I mentioned where the weather's going to be a little bit warmer, this is one you may want to pick up if you see it at a discounters, which I had never had. You have to be careful because the price on polo fragrances is a little high. And to me, if I'm being 100% honest, this reminds me of Axe body spray. Is it Axe? No, it's not Axe. Old Spice Fiji. If you've ever smelled Old Spice Fiji, that's what this reminds me of. Now, again, it smells good. It's just not one of my favorite scents. I do think it smells good. And I think it's one that you should put in your collection if you like that very lighthearted, tropical, I don't want to have to think about anything type of vibe. This is a good little fragrance for you. Wouldn't wear it on a date. Definitely wouldn't wear it to an occasion where I have to be dressy or anything like that. I would definitely keep it low key and definitely formal. But is it formal? I would definitely keep it low key and casual. Wouldn't dress this up at all. But nonetheless, it's a good smelling fragrance. If you find this at a good price like I did, maybe at a discounter or off a selling site like Macari or something, pick it up. Think you will like it on a nice, pretty sunny day. Polo Black. I talked a lot about that fragrance, didn't I? All right, I got 4 more. This next one is from a house that you know I like a lot, and it is, I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not. As my battery was getting low, every time I shoot a video, of course you know my battery's low. From the house of perilous, it is perilous 360 green. Now this one is probably the most cologne-y fragrance out of this group. Because that's what it just reminds me of. Just a good smelling cologne. It's not citrusy, it's not smoky, it's not tobacco, it's not fruity, it's not aquatic-y. It's just a good smelling cologne. That's what you have here, just a good smelling cologne. It reminds me of something from the House of Penguin, maybe On the Rocks or Original Penguin or something like that. It's just one of those fragrances that's just a good smelling cologne. It is masculine and it does smell manly, but again, it's not going to put you in the mind of a red tobacco or a Dracar or something that's just masculine, barbershop or anything like that. If you're that type of guy that just likes a basic scent and just wants a cologne that has a basic scent profile, nothing that's going to stand out or nothing that's going to draw too much attention to you, but you want a scent and you want to smell good, perfect fragrance for that. And it, oddly enough, it is a really good smelling fragrance. It's very, very basic and very generic, but you're not going to find many people wearing this fragrance because it's just not one that people pick up a lot. I like it, again, for all the reasons that I just stated, because I'll be 46 in December, and as I age, I understand more so that every occasion is not an occasion to show out with your fragrances, and that's been hard for your boy because I've been Mr. Spray Up and Lay Up. That's just what I do. But I'm learning, you know, sometimes less is more. Sometimes 4 or 5 sprays, 3 or 4 sprays is all you need. Sometimes 8, 9 sprays is too much. But this is just one of those gentlemanly, classy, fresh, crisp, clean, easy to wear, dumb reach, smell good type of scents. And I like it. In the House of Perilous, it is 360 green. This next one is the complete opposite of that fragrance. And it is from the House of Burberry, and it is Burberry Brit the Bee. Or maybe it's just the Bee. I think it's Burberry Brit the Bee. It's one of the two. It's either Burberry Brit the Bee or the Bee. Nonetheless, great atomizer as you see. Now, oh my goodness. What I get from this fragrance, I think that's bergamot, because you know, your boy's not the best note expert, but what I get from this is a nice citrus blast, and I'm pretty sure it's bergamot and pepper. And I don't really understand why this fragrance wasn't liked more when it came out. I'm gonna say this about it, and I think the reason is because it may have been a little ahead of its time. Fragrances that it puts me in the mind of, well, anything with a very strong bergamot or heavy citrus note, like Elysium comes to mind. No, I'm not saying that this is an Elysium clone, so run out and get it. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you've ever smelled that aggressive bergamot type of citrus that's in Elysium, this has that same vibe, and it was made way before Elysium. In fact, let me put this on some skin. Let me find a place to spray this. And I've had this bottle for years. I mean years. I wish I could tell you the price on it, but I'm not sure if it's been discontinued or not. A little strong in the opening. It's amazing to me how you spray a fragrance in the air and you don't really catch as much alcohol as you do when you spray it on your skin. But anyway, nice, spicy, citrus type of fragrance. This one will draw some attention to you. Not so much gentlemanly as it is very aggressive, very spicy. But I think it's a nice masculine fragrance. This is one also that puts me in the mind of Spice Bomb Fresh. And I'm not saying it smells like Spice Bomb Fresh, but I'm saying, you know how if you've ever smelled Spice Bomb Fresh, you have the DNA of the original Spice Bomb with a citrus opening. That's what you got with this bad boy right here. Beautiful little fragrance. I like it. I like it a lot, and I think it's just unique. So if you're looking for something different and you see this, if you're in an area where it's got the name right there, but you know, I just had eye surgery where my eyes are still trying to adjust to everything, so my vision is still not the best. So I can't make out if it's Burberry Brit the Bee or just Burberry the Bee. So we'll just go with the Bee. But if you see this out somewhere, you may want to pick it up because it's a very different fragrance, and it's honestly been forgotten about. And people just don't talk about it and don't wear it. I wonder if it's been discontinued. I'm not really sure. But what I can tell you is it's a nice little fragrance and I like it. Burberry Brit the Bee or Burberry the Bee, one of the two. You should be able to find it. Got two more. Y'all want to turn a double play on them? This next one is from the house of Carolina Herrera, and it is 212 Sexy Man. And this is one that I think, and I'm gonna put this on some skin too. This is one that I think is very versatile. Great atomizer, which you didn't see. That smells good. I would dress this up. I would wear this on a date. I would wear this with a suit and a tie. I could definitely see this being dressed down as well with a nice t-shirt and jeans. Four seasoner, winter, summer, spring, fall. It's just fresh, clean, crisp, powdery. In my opinion, it's a sexy fragrance. If this is worn right, I could definitely see this drawing some attention and garnering some compliments. It does have that same barbershop powdery aspect that you'll get from a Le Male or fragrances like that, but nonetheless, it's a great little fragrance, and I picked this up. I want to specify because I think the last time I put this in a video, I got a lot of flack from people overseas because it was very expensive where they lived. I got it over here for $24 on clearance at Ross a few years ago. But nonetheless, it is a great little fragrance. Love the magnetic cap. Love that. Great fragrance. I mean, that's all I know to say about it. This is one that will fit just about any occasion that you come up with. You want to wear it to a wedding? I think you can. You want to wear it to work, to the office? I think you can. Like, I work in a grocery store. You want to wear it to the grocery store? I think you can. Work at a car lot, the bank, wherever you work. If you want to wear this fragrance, I really think, I think you can wear it, and I think it'll be fine. This is one of those that I think if you're the type of person that doesn't have a large collection and you wanting to put something in it that that you can get a lot of use out of and will go with everything, I think this is a good one. Carolina Herrera 212 Sexy Man. This last one on the list is from the house of Hugo Boss, and it is dark blue. And this is another one that I picked up at Ross on clearance. I remember getting this one right when things opened back up after COVID, and it just wasn't a lot there. I was happy to see this, and for some reason, at least here, when they opened the stores back up after COVID, everything they had in the store was on clearance. So I got this one again on clearance for $19. I want to say it runs about 30. And what I'm going to tell you about this fragrance, it smells good. This fragrance is built or made like an old school fragrance in the sense that it has a lot of notes, especially in the top. I mean, I can remember looking at it and it had several citruses in it, like grapefruit, I want to say mandarin orange, bergamot, lime, lemon. I mean, several citrus notes in the opening of this fragrance. And I like it. I really do. What this reminds me of, and it may sound weird to y'all, some of y'all can maybe will be able to relate to it, some of you won't be able to. Remember back in the 90s when blue jean jackets were popular? When blue jean jackets were really popular. I mean, and I don't know why, because they did nothing to keep you warm. And the blue jean jacket had no insulation or nothing, but they looked cool. Well, that's what this reminds me of. Just a good pair of denim jeans and maybe a denim jacket. And I'm not saying it reminds me of Versace's blue jeans, because it doesn't, but it's just, maybe it was made to compete with Versace's blue jeans, I'm not sure. But it just has this vibe about it, and it doesn't smell old, it doesn't smell dated, it smells very, very fresh. But that's just what it reminds me of, just a nice denim jacket or some nice a nice pair of denim jeans and just a nice crisp white t-shirt, or just a nice t-shirt. That's what this reminds me of. Very casual, very laid back, very easy to wear, almost in the same wheelhouse as perilous, not perilous, polo black, but they go in different directions, but they have that same laid back, tropical, just easy vibe. And I like it. And like I said, I got it for $19 on sale. I think it'll cost you closer to $30, because Hugo Boss fragrances are not cheap, but they are generally well made, and they do generally smell pretty good. So the last one on the list, Hugo Boss Dark Blue. And I like that one a lot. Definitely a different blue fragrance. Definitely a different take on blue. A little sweet in there too. Sweeter than your average blue fragrance. All right, y'all, that has been 7 fragrances in my collection that just felt like you guys should know about. If you see them out at the rack stores, you may want to pick them up. They're pretty good fragrances. They fit all occasions. Nothing specific like a fall date night or anything like that, but just good, solid fragrances that you guys should be wearing. Now, with that being said, you know what's next. I gotta get off here, do a thumbnail, edit the video, get it up so you guys can see it. I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you all for always returning to the scene of the crime. Always remember, your comments are welcome. Please be active in the comment section. It is greatly important. It means a lot to me. That's how I communicate with you guys. All right? All right. Again, thank you for being the best part of this channel. I love you all, and God bless you all. Until next time, peace.